Sure it will. All right, man. You know what? So we were just talking off mic, and you were just explaining to me like how much you hate white folks, right?
I don't know about that
Completely joking.
one.
Completely
That's
joking.
funny.
Completely joking. No, we were just kind of having a conversation about why it's
Mhm.
necessary to have like uh, people of color kind of explain, and share their knowledge base with other people. Because I feel like, there's a lot we can learn from one another, and we can improve our financial standings in this crazy digital era. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
And you shared with me that you are the son of an accountant, so
Yes, sir.
you kind of had like a cheat code, like you
Yeah.
were, yeah, right.
Yeah, to a degree, from little, my dad always kind of instilled in me the importance of taking care of yourself financially,
Hmm.
not getting into too much debt, not living above your means, things of that nature. So yeah, I've had those lessons from a young age.
That's cool. That's really cool. I feel like we need a lot more of that.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, most definitely.
and I try to do that. It's interesting. Like I talk to my kids. My kids ask me about crypto now. They'll ask, "Hey, what's the price of drip today?"
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
talk.
one of the things I'm doing with my son too. We talk about crypto, we talk about the stocks, and that's one of the things he'll continuously ask. Every so often. He's only 5 right now, but
Okay.
he has piqued his interest so far.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, like I said, we need more of that. We need he's a third generation. I'm assuming, unless your
Yeah,
grandfather was
yeah, he the
into this.
first. Yeah, he started kicked us off, and we gonna keep that legacy going.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope. You said you're from New Orleans.
yeah, from New Orleans originally. I live in right outside of Houston right now. Yeah, so originally from New Orleans, been living in Houston for about 8 years.
So New Orleans. So a good friend of mine, his brother is a football coach. He just got hired at LSU as I think he's a linebackers coach or a defensive coordinator. He's one of those coaches over there.
Okay. What's his name?
Jamar Kane.
Jamar Kane. Okay. All right. I'm
Yeah,
not familiar with him. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's a I met him out. Matter of fact, I went to Texas for my daughter's basketball. She plays for the Adidas national team,
Hmm.
and he was out there. He came out there. He was coaching in Oklahoma last year, so he actually came out. We had dinner. Nice guy, real nice guy. I'm gonna see if I can share the screen real quick.
Okay.
It's been a while since I done any of this here. We were podcasting like crazy for a while there, man. This has been. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up. Oh, there it is. Boom. There you go, right there. Can you see that?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Okay. Jamar
Jamar
Kane.
Kane.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm a big Tigers fan, so I'll be looking out for him then.
Oh yeah, look out for it. We going out
Yeah.
there. Hey, we gonna head out there,
Yeah.
man. We heading out
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
let me
man.
stop sharing.
Yeah.
Now
Actually, one
we
of my
gonna.
frat brothers, he's one of the assistant coaches now. Frank Wilson.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
pass that
man.
name along. I'll pass that.
Yeah.
He's an
Yeah.
assistant
Yeah.
coach at LSU football
At
team.
LSU, yep, he was just recruited by the head coach. He's actually from my city that I grew up in, and we went to the same high school.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, yeah,
And did you
yeah.
guys went to the what school did you go to college wise?
I went to Clark Atlanta for college in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, okay.
HBCU.
Oh yeah, here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I actually gave a hard look at Morehouse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Hmm.
Life could have been so
Oh
different.
yeah.
Ultimately, didn't go, but it was like strongly something I considered. Shout out to Bill Cosby, man, because he kind of made my generation look at
Hmm.
HCBUs, like
Right. Right. Right.
HBCUs. I said it backwards. As like a destination. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, didn't think I'd be shouting out Bill Cosby on the podcast, but you know what? I mean,
Man.
that's really
2022,
the,
man.
you know what I'm saying?
All right, the last
Uh,
2 years, I don't think nothing can shock me anymore after the last 2 years.
yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like, it's like the entire '80s was it's kind of everybody we idolized from the '80s that we had no clue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Bill Cosby, Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, all these dudes like These are like superheroes.
Right. Untouchable.
You know, wasn't no TMZ back then. Goodness gracious.
Man, there wasn't no social media either.
Nah, yeah, we didn't know shit, man. These guys are heroes to us. Almost like it better that way. Can we go back to that?
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, we were talking, this is, show about crypto, obviously. And I personally got involved in crypto about a year ago. How about yourself?
So I got involved as far as actually investing about a little over a year, maybe about a year and a half ago. Funny thing is, my dad was the one that introduced me to crypto.
Okay.
Gave me a couple of books to read up on it. This was probably about 3 or 4 years ago. Never really took the plunge until, like I said, about a year and a half ago.
Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, you got the cheat code there for real. Dad put you up on cryptocurrency. Shit. Damn. So all right, so I'm of the idea, and you can tell me how you think about this.
Mhm.
I'm of the idea when it comes to cryptocurrency, I don't think you can learn it in a book. I think you just have to do it.
I agree with you. I think it's a good platform to get like a decent understanding of what it is, from a technical perspective. But like you said, to really know like how it works and what it does, you gotta get your feet wet.
Because it changes so fast.
Very fast.
Like, shit, I mean, there could be a token that could launch tomorrow at 9 a.m. That token could 20x, literally. It could go from $1 to $20. You could buy $5,000 worth. You could buy that at $1. It could shoot up, $20,000 of gains. And if you sold it, you'd made your money. If you held it to the next day, it could go right back down to $1.
Right. Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And you could go to sleep one night, and this happened to me. Up money, just making money. You can go to sleep up $7,000 off an initial $1,000 investment and wake up and all your $7,000 is gone.
It's all gone. That's crazy.
And until you live that and feel that pain, it's not going to be real to you. And I don't believe the lesson will be learned.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? There has to be some pain in this game in order for you to get the lessons that need to be taught to kind of harden you against some of these things in the future.
Yeah, experience is going to be the best teacher.
Yeah, Jay-Z has a bar. I'm not sure if you're a Jay-Z fan, but he says,
"Oh yeah,
like I told you, sell drugs." No, Hov did that, so hopefully you won't have to go through that. So that's what I'm saying to the ACU. Hey, learn from my mistakes.
Right.
I'm gonna save y'all. I'm gonna save y'all from a lot of heartache. I made a lot of mistakes along the way. I've made a lot of money, but I stubbed my toe quite a few times. I've had some sleepless nights. I've had some stomach pains along the way. It was like, oh man, you know what I mean? So I really want to save people from a lot of the mistakes that I've made, but ultimately you kind of got to allow people to go through that process.
Right.
Because I believe in everybody. I believe that everybody that is even thinking about this, you guys are all ahead of the curve and you're on your way towards better financial situations. But we're all a little bit different, and what moves me and what piques my interest and what makes sense to me isn't necessarily always going to make sense to somebody else. I can't say don't do this or don't do that. I can show you what worked for me, but everybody is unique and talented in their own way. So ultimately, some people are just going to have to try some shit and they're going to have to feel that pain.
Right.
You got to touch that hot stove.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Experiences, man. Those experiences going to teach you and it make you better. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, especially if you don't quit, you can't be a quitter. That's the biggest thing. Take those hard lessons, dust yourself off, and keep going.
Yeah, that is the main thing. And I had a really interesting conversation with the dude today. Dude named Leslie, and interesting dude. He does like a lot of shows like A-list celebrities. He invited me out to a show in May 14th with Snoop Dogg. Like, Snoop's heavy into the metaverse and stuff. So I was talking to this dude Leslie, and he said something like he's into crypto about the same time. I got involved in crypto in February of last year. So I'm going into year 2 of my crypto journey. And he was saying that, he got in and he was like, what I realized is it's going to make you emotional. And you got to realize, don't give in to them emotions. Don't sell low. Like, you don't lose until you sell. So like you said, you got to stick with it. You buy Bitcoin and it was up here and it go down. Don't sell that shit when it's low. It's going to go back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to go back up. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. And if you look at the chart, I guess I'm reversed here. Bitcoin, and I mean the stock market in general, if you understand the stock market, if you look at it over time, it goes up and to the right.
Right, exactly.
Now, of course, it isn't just a flat line going straight up. There's
hills and
zags,
valleys.
Right? That's going to happen. But if you were to look at the Dow Jones from, I guess, its inception, which I believe is the early 1900s, it starts at a number. And man, you know what? I'm reversed here, but
you're good. You're good. I got you. I'm with you. Yeah.
It's heading up. It heads up and to the right, and over time, you can just kind of trace that line and see this growth. Now, with you look at a chart like Bitcoin, and let's go ahead and take a look at that Bitcoin chart where we're talking.
Okay.
That might make more sense to people if they can actually visually see what it is I'm talking about here. It's a very interesting chart. Let's see how long, if I can get this. If I can get this thing to, let's go here. Let me share my screen again. All right, there we go. Chrome tab. There we go. Boom. That might be a little bit cleaner. Is that looking cleaner there?
Yeah, that's good right there.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So let me see if I can stretch this bad boy out. Let's see. Can I zoom in or zoom out on this? I'm not. I'm about to get better at CoinGecko, man. Well, we can kind of look at the start. The starts of Bitcoin. We can see it starts at in the 500 range, right? And it does have a pop right here. It pops to 16 grand, and that is in January 2018. And then it dips, right? Then it's going to pop again. It gets up to 10. It's kind of battling up. And then, boom. You look at this here. This chart is up and to the right. It's up and to the right. It's not up to the right and then back down. When it retraces, it's always retracing to a higher low.
And then it bounces back up.
Then it bounces back up. And then it goes down here. It touches around 30. And now it's back up. So we can see that it is going up and to the right. So if you notice, and I'm saying this as kind of an introductory to people, if you notice, even if you bought here, shame on you, you bought the top, right? You bought the fucking top. And that sucks, right? But your biggest sin wouldn't be buying the top. Your biggest sin would be selling.
Selling right here at the bottom.
The bottom. That's the sin. Just know, look away, that it's going to go back up. And if you bought there and you waited, you could at least broke even. If you just waited, right? You got up out of it. Then you could have bought it when it bottomed out again. And then now you'd be ready for some more profit, right? And crypto does a tremendous job. Like the gains in crypto is unlike anything you've ever seen.
Yeah, I've been seeing that for the last year and a half. Amazing.
And it's the reason I got in it. I was trading stocks and I was making I was doing well in stocks. I was making probably 50, 60, 70, sometimes even 80% gains. You know, with some of my plays long term. And I'm not doing like individual stocks. I'm doing ETFs. I'm doing larger funds. And then I looked at fucking Bitcoin. I said, how the fuck is this shit going up 500%?
Right.
500%. I was like, well, shit. 80% is nothing. These guys, I was kind of jealous. These guys are making money over here. So I'm jumping in Bitcoin. I said, fuck it, I'm jumping in. I didn't know shit about Bitcoin. I bought in at like 53,000. So as we were talking about, I bought in
at that time.
high.
Mm-hmm.
I bought in close to the top. I bought in very close to the top. And again, Hove did that. So hopefully you don't have to go through that.
Right.
I sold the bottom. I sold the bottom. You know what I mean? I did. That's me. That's why I can tell you guys, don't do that. That's what I did. That's where I screwed up is I bought somewhere around here, February 2021, right around here. And we had some pain, and I probably sold around here. Didn't have to. I shouldn't have. But again, learn from my mistakes and just know that if you stick with it, don't give up, you're going to be okay.
So it was the gains that brought you over to the crypto side?
It was the percent of gains. I started doing it. I like math. I like math problems. I like, and of course I like money, right? So I looked at it as like, well, shit, what's a better use of my energy and time? Is it to be in the traditional stock market, or is it to be in crypto? And if you start to understand, just do the math. Like, you don't have to know that. Honestly, you don't have to know that much about stocks and all that stuff in order to make money in crypto. You just got to kind of understand people and greed. Right?
Exactly.
And if you understand that, then you'll be okay. Like here's one of my better plays. I bought Luna. I bought Luna around, I bought Luna. Must have bought it in April. I got in Luna at $5 a token. Okay. So right around here. And I believe we topped $100 in late December. So a 20x.
So in the same year.
Yes. About 8 months, right?
Yeah.
Now we've kind of settled in around 50. So I'm still up 10x. And something like that, it pays out interest, not interest. Well, you stake it and you hold like 30% interest and you get airdrops. Okay. So it's a great play for somebody who is kind of, I consider that one like a low risk play. You can make money on something like that. And at the same time, while you're holding it, you're going to get rewarded for holding it long term. So
Gotcha.
What do you have any plays that you've had that have been pretty good? Have you made real money in crypto yet?
Nah, not yet. Like I said, just that year, just stepping my foot in, trying to get my feet wet. Still was in and out of the stock market and had a lot of my investment money in real estate. So again, this year is the year I'm going to go all the way in, especially with these dips I'm seeing. It looks like it might be a great time to go ahead and jump in full steam ahead.
Yeah, you're right. When it comes to those dips, and Bitcoin determines most of the market. Bitcoin is the signal. So when Bitcoin is down, it brings everything down with it. Like 95% of the market follows Bitcoin. So if you're looking for a good entry point, I'm thinking that when Bitcoin gets closer to 36, that's probably a good time to buy on the dip.
Yeah.
And I think it's a mistake to try to time the bottom or time the top. It's almost impossible. Nobody really knows.
Exactly. Right.
But if you know you're closer to the bottom. Yeah, exactly. Listen to me or you, right?
Right.
But if you kind of realize, okay, this is kind of below where I think it should be valued, then we jump in. That's the time to jump in. But psychologically speaking, people love to buy the top.
Yeah.
People love it. Like,
that's what all the hype is.
Yeah, it's what the hype. The hope everybody's saying that I got to get everybody's making money. Let me make money. It's too late. Wait.
Yeah.
Now is when you're making the money. When the market is hurting and people are emotional, so they are doing what you're not. They're committing the sin. They're selling low. This is when you buy. You take advantage of weak hands. You take advantage of people who didn't have a game plan. You take advantage of people who gave up. Give me that token you paid $50,000 for 36,000. Are you bought that token for 100? You gonna sell it to me for 50? That's a discount. It's Black Friday.
Yeah,
it's Black Friday, and we're close to those prices if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. From what I've been seeing the reports, a lot of people are calling for like 26, 20. So I don't know if it'll get that low, but if it does, I'm definitely it's definitely gonna throw some serious bucks in there.
If we get to 26, it's going to be a
Mhm.
full-on meltdown. If
Yeah.
we hit 26, it's a meltdown, and we're probably in nuclear winter at that point in time.
Mm. You don't
I
see
don't, I
that
don't
coming?
no,
Nah.
no, and it's again, this is just what I believe I understand about people
Hmm.
is that, and what the United States stock market showed me at the beginning of this coronavirus and COVID-19 pandemic, you would have thought that the market was going to melt down.
Hmm.
People were staying in, people weren't working, businesses were closing. And what we saw was the exact opposite of that. The
Yeah,
market just
but
kept
that wasn't.
on raging up.
But I have to say, as a playing devil's advocate, the Federal Reserve had a lot to do with that. That wasn't just the fear of the people not taking course. I mean, when the Federal Reserve is giving us all this liquidity, that's pumping up the market. Beyond what it what it should have been.
Yeah, it was artificially enhanced. But
Hmm.
one thing that I'm of the belief is that in the United States of America is the best place for people around the globe to put their money. So, given an opportunity, where else were they going to put their money?
That's a good
What are
point.
you going to do?
That's a good point.
Let's say you're a Saudi. You've got deep oil money. All
Hmm.
right, pandemic hits or whatever's going on. The United States got all this turbulence going on. Okay, you want to pull your money out of Apple? Well, where the fuck are you going to put it? You're going to put it
Nowhere
in a
else.
Chinese? You're going to put it in the Chinese exchange?
No,
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 no.
not
This
with
is the most
cooking the
stable
books.
market, right? So
Mhm.
to me, what it showed me was there was like hey man, we just gonna stay right here because
Nowhere else to go.
there is a shared sense of don't look up almost. If you see that,
Hmm.
don't look up because when you look up, there'll be some shit you really don't want to see.
Right, right, right.
So let's just stay right here. We'll just ride this shit out. And I only say that to say this is that in crypto, there are people who have made hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and they have a shared desire for this market to not implode and melt down.
Hmm.
And if they see Bitcoin hit below 30 grand, they know what that's going to do to the retail market and it's going to scare the shit out of it. And to me, it's like they can't let it get there because if that happens, their net worth will tank.
Hmm.
There's a reason for them to by them, the whales. You know,
Hmm.
in the traditional stock markets, you have whales and crypto, you have whales. And the whales dictate a lot of what's going on in the market. They could short the
Hmm.
market and drop the price. They could long the market and raise the price. They could buy Bitcoin when it's low. They can sell it. They dictate a lot of what's happening in the space. And in my opinion, they won't allow it to get to 26
Hmm.
because it'll impact every other thing they have.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion based on what I'm seeing, what happens. Once people start getting too skittish and they're
Hmm.
throwing their money away, then somebody's coming in and buying a bunch of shit and okay,
Yeah.
we're okay.
I think that's what happened if we ever get to those points. You're gonna have a lot of, like you said, those big whales. They're gonna come in and they're gonna pump it back up just from them buying up all of those tokens at that price.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it
I
becomes
definitely agree.
survival.
Because if you think about it, like you said, over the last year or so, that's what a lot of them been doing. A lot of them been coming in and buying up, a bunch of those tokens. And yeah, that's what I see. They're definitely gonna take advantage. They're probably taking advantage now.
They are. They're always
Mhm.
taking advantage. These guys are in
Yeah.
this shit. They're never sleeping. They didn't make nine figures by just kind of casually going about this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is kind of the crux of my philosophy when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies is
Hmm.
don't play that game. Get away from that game. Don't try to outfox the whales.
Hmm.
If you're playing poker with a guy who's got a bigger stack than you, at some point in time, he's going to get you all in. You're losing not because he's a better poker player, it's because he had more money than you, had a bigger stack than you.
Hmm.
So rather than trying to trade, again, it's so fucking hard to do. You're gonna fucking time the bottom and time the top and all. No, you're gonna get fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
You're gonna get fucking
Yeah,
wrecked. You're not gonna win that game. You either buy it and you hold it, or you buy it and you do what I do, which is stake it. Right? I buy it and I stake it. And the key to that is I find a project that I believe in that's got a reputable dev team, and I stake my assets there. I'm going to share my screen again here, just a moment here, and you're going to see that there's a better way to play this game. And for people who are trying to play the game with the whales, my suggestion is don't do that.
Doesn't make sense. Like you said, the poker analogy was perfect.
Right? Don't do that. Don't do that. What I do is I take my assets and I park them in protocols that do this. I'm making 268% on my money here.
Wow.
You don't get that on traditional markets.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all.
And that was over 1,000 when I first entered this in October or September of last year. Over time, as more people enter the protocol, the rewards are spread around. But that's 268%, 229%, 201% for staking Jewel and Bitcoin. So when you do this, now you don't have to be too concerned about the price of Bitcoin, because you're earning, your Bitcoin is earning you yield.
Right.
Quite a bit of it. So you don't have to play that game. Buy it, hold it, and earn the whole time. Right. You know, that's one thing I'm in. I'm going to show you another one I'm in. Pickle Finance. This one's a little more shifty. Not suggesting anybody go into this that I'm about to show you.
Right. Just informational purposes only.
Yeah. This is informational purposes, just to show you. But you look at these APY, 642%, 1,000%, 661%. So again, a Wall Street trader can't fuck with me. You ain't getting this.
Right.
You're not getting this.
Right. No.
You aren't getting this. And I get this all day, every day. And it frees me from being terrified of these charts and hoping that this goes up. If the asset stays neutral, there's no price action, then you see my gains are here.
Right.
Now, if the asset does what Luna did, and I bought in at $5 and it goes up to 100, and I'm getting, and I'll show you, we'll go back to DeFi Kingdoms. We'll go back to DeFi Kingdoms, switch back on over. And I'll show you what I'm getting on my Luna, because I'm staking my Luna. So I've gotten a 1,000% gain. And on top of that 1,000%, I'm earning 229%. Well, then boom. Well, now you have a whole different confidence about entering these trades.
Right, because your staking is not associated with what's going on in the markets of those tokens, right?
Nope. Nope. Whether that token goes up or token goes down, I'm getting 229% in those cases. Now, if I'm in Drip, I'm getting 1% every single day, which is an APY of 3,000%. So it's like, okay, it kind of frees me from the worry and concern. This is why I can be more confident when I enter something. And,
right.
And it gives me more dry powder to throw at other projects. Ultimately, I haven't had that much success with throwing money around other projects in this market. So it's like, why am I doing that? I should stay with my blue chips that I got. Which leads me to why I'm happy to talk to you, because I'm getting to the point now that's like, okay, I've made this money. I've made 7 figures, and I've got to decide how to bring that 7 figures from the crypto market to the traditional market. How should I do it, Robert? Explain it.
Well, you definitely want to plan it out for sure. And I don't know if we'll be able to get through all of it tonight, but definitely first thing you need to figure out, what's your goal? Like, what do you want to do once you get it out?
My goal is I want to buy income.
Okay.
I want to
Like traditional businesses, real estate, things of that nature.
Something similar to staking.
Mm-hmm.
There's some platforms that pay about 45 to almost 50% annually. So my goal is to pull out about 300,000 and give myself about $150,000 a year salary by holding assets that pay interest.
Gotcha.
So can that be done? I don't. In the traditional markets, in the fiat world, are there ways to do something like that?
Not at that rate, 45%. No, I don't think so. Okay. You have to stay in the crypto world.
I'm spoiled.
Yeah,
I'm spoiled.
You need to stay on the dark side. yeah, man. But just spitballing off the top of my head, just based off of that information. I mean, it would make sense to set up some type of business to where it's like a management type of deal, where you're managing the kind of like a hedge fund almost. So you're managing the income that's coming in, and then you're dispersing that income out into other areas in order to get those gains that you're looking for. And you can still, use some strategic tax planning in order to minimize, even avoid some of the taxes if you do it in a proper way. You're probably going to have to pay some taxes, but you definitely can, set it up in a way where you're minimizing it for sure.
So set it up in a way that money. So repeat that. So I'm setting up a business of some sort.
So So for instance, right now you're staking. You're already running a business. You're running a staking business. You're providing a service to those platforms, but you probably don't have the entity set up to say I'm officially, a staker that's providing services to these platforms. So that would be the first thing to do, is set up some type of entity that's going to show, hey, all of these transactions are business transactions. I'm the manager of this business, and they're going to pay me a salary based on what I'm doing within this organization. And that's one of the ways you can, start the process rolling and start to, funnel that money in different ways. Well, we're not laundering.
No. On the up and up.
We setting up a legitimate business to where you're getting paid as an employee. You may have multiple employees on staff. And that way you can kind of disperse the money, and you can, sell some of those tokens, stagger the sales, so you're not getting hit with, crazy amounts of taxes at one time.
Yeah. Okay. So then establish the entity, employ myself as a manager of said assets, give myself a salary, and then so there becomes some tax write-offs, I guess, in owning a business. You can write off maybe cell phones, vehicles,
business dinners, travel. If you yourself as the employee, the business can write you off as an expense. If you have a car in the business name, you can write off the car's depreciation. So many different ways you can do it. And then if you go into long-term planning, you can save yourself even more money with, different retirement accounts that you have available. So it's a multitude of options that you have in order to, shelter yourself from the tax hit that you'll be facing if you didn't set these things up. But like you said, there are a multitude of deductions that you can use once you have a business set up.
Okay. And I have a question for you. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to see if I can find. Well, there was something that somebody said, and I don't have the clip, but you made me think of something. Okay, so you can tell me. I'm gonna explain a scenario to you, and you tell me if I'm close or Am I completely off, or if this makes sense to you? All right.
Okay.
This is what was said on a podcast I was watching. I think it was academics, and he was talking to Andrew Schultz, and Andrew Schultz was talking about vehicle purchases, and he had said that people don't know that you can actually make money by buying a G5 or the G-Wagon, the G-Wagon Mercedes. He says you buy the vehicle. Say the vehicle, I'm throwing out numbers. Say the vehicle is $150,000. If you lease it or you buy it and you write it off as part of your business and you use it for business purposes, you can write off the cost of the vehicle. Then he said that at this point in time, those vehicles are actually appreciating, so you can drive it for a year. And somehow he explained that in that process, you actually come up on the taxes because you got a deduction for the purchase, and you're selling it at about the price that you paid for it or a slight profit. And the tax implications of that, you actually make money in buying that vehicle and selling that vehicle. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah. It definitely makes sense, especially in this market that we in with vehicles. As we've seen, the appreciation with just used cars in general, not just cars and all around, but used cars and new cars, luxury cars, everything's gone up. So to his point, there's a special bonus depreciation that you can take with the IRS. If a vehicle is more than 6,000 pounds, you can depreciate the total cost of that vehicle in the first year, which would basically, write off the cost of that vehicle. So like you say, if you drive it for a little while, you sell it, the price that you paid for it may actually be more. So on paper, you're decreasing it, but in real life, the car is actually gaining value. So it's kind of like a upside down trade almost. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting the way that the tax code works in that regard.
So is it because that vehicle was over 6,000 pounds then? So it has to be done with the vehicle over 6,000 pounds? So it wouldn't work with a Tesla?
No, you can still depreciate it, but the full year, the first year, that's what that rule refers to. But you can still depreciate a Tesla over time.
Okay, so then that leads me to, I'm looking. I'm asking this very specifically because I'm looking at buying a vehicle. I'm buying a vehicle. All right, all right. So the new GMC Hummer. I don't know if you see that. Oh boy. Man.
I've seen the commercials.
Oh man, that's a sexy bitch right there. Boy, I was looking at this. Look at this, man. Look at that, man.
Yeah.
Look at that truck body. It's an electric car, so I want to get an electric car.
Okay.
But I'm just thinking of this. If I think these are running around, I think they're running around 120, 130K, right? And you have to reserve them now. I think you can't even get one until like third quarter, fourth quarter.
Okay.
So let's see. Okay, so look, if you get one early next year, that's already full. Look at that shit.
Oh, wow.
Early 2023 for 100K, it's already full. So I'd have to get mine spring 2023. I don't want to wait that goddamn long. Are you serious? Are you serious? Look at that shit. 100,000. I don't know if you heard Siri just kick in my ear, but I said serious and my Siri kicked in. Look at that. But they do weigh over they weigh 9,000 pounds. So I was thinking, so I could do it with a Hummer, but maybe not. What about that Tesla? What is that Tesla?
The Model, the X?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. There's a list. Let me see if I can I still have it. There's a list of cars. But again, this that particular rule, what you're talking about, that's that special depreciation option I was telling you about, to where you basically depreciate the total cost of the car in the first year that you own it, as opposed to spreading it out over a 5-year span. So that, again, when I asked the question of what are you trying to do with the funds that you'll be taking out, the 300,000, that may be something to look forward to maybe the first year you want to take the whole thing, or you may say, hey, I may need those extra deductions for the next 5 years, so let me spread out the cost of this car for the next 5 years. So again, it goes down to the tax planning on your specific goals. But like I said, there's a list of those cars that are over those pounds that you can definitely depreciate within the first year.
Okay, that's interesting to know. All right, so golly, it's funny. I don't have like a lot of things I want to buy, so it's kind of like I got this money, and I'm just kind of cheap anyway. I'm kind of cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't have like really expensive things. I'm gonna get a car, probably get a few toys. You know what I mean? Too crazy. I don't even know. I don't even know what the fuck I do with the rest of the money at this
point. Watches, nothing like that.
I'm gonna get a watch. I'm gonna get a nice watch. I'm gonna probably get a Rolex. Ultimately, I have, like I said, I have a very ambitious goal of what I want to, what I plan on earning, and it just seems like things will fall into place. I've seen a very sick Richard Mille watch.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was the I think Pharrell designed it. I'm not sure. Are you familiar? Are you familiar with watches, Richard Mille's? Or
I'm familiar with. I'm not a watch guy. I'm not like a what do you call it? Like jewelry. I'm not into jewelry like that, but I'm familiar with them. APs, Richard Mille's, all of those Rolexes. Yeah.
So check this shit out right here. This is going on my vision board here. I'm just going to share another thing here. And for anybody listening, when I start talking about some of these higher dollar things, it's not because I really necessarily want it that bad, but setting the goal and achieving the goal to me it's priceless. So that's it right there. It's the Richard Mille 5205. Yeah. Pharrell designed this. Sharp young brother, Pharrell. To me, it's just absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. And I do know, again, that watches actually appreciate.
Yeah. I was looking at a post from the EYL guys earlier today.
Oh yeah.
You saw that? He was talking about.
I didn't see it today. No.
Yeah, he was talking about some of the luxury watches. They actually their appreciation outpaced the Dow Jones over the, I think it's like last year or something like that. Yeah.
I did see that.
That's crazy. That's amazing, man. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh my God. Okay. So that's the McLaren 611,000. I'm trying to find them. I thought this one was closer to 800. This is the Pharrell one, the 5205.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll set a goal, and it's not in the goal. Purchasing the asset is confirmation that I've achieved a certain level of success. You know what I mean? I think I got to make it more real to myself. And I'm a big believer in manifesting, visualization.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that.
You like the tangible items to confirm it for you.
It becomes, that becomes the confirmation. And I'm of the belief, that African Americans, Black people in general, we've almost been like mesmerized to sleep. Whereas we look at some of these things that other people achieve, and let's just say, let's kind of get a little deep real quick for a minute. I think that the average Black person, if you were to meet a 45-year-old white guy, and the guy you met the guy, and you talk to the guy, and the guy's, oh yeah, I make money making this much money from this, and it was a large number, and say the guy was rich. You would be like, yeah, of course, white people got all the money. Of course, yeah, he's rich. Okay, no biggie. Now, if you were to meet a Black guy, say 45 years old, and oh yeah, I make this much money, and you ain't making that much money. I think that we would doubt that the Black guy, man, how are you making that money? It's almost as if we don't believe that we deserve the money, or that almost like white folks have like this superpower. Yeah, like they have this superpower. Like they could get to the bag, but we can't get to the bag. Hey, listen, I got a Raider hat on. I got on a Nike jogging suit on. And when I walk by people in the grocery store, they ain't sitting on the money I'm sitting on.
Right.
I know it.
Right.
I just know it. They not sitting on it. And I'm not going to put it in nobody's face. Like I said, I don't have expensive taste. I'm just going to be me. But it's almost like I feel like I drive a Camry, a hybrid Camry, you know, very, very, you know, it's an invisible car. Like nobody notices it. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what it needs to do. You know, gets me where I got to go, get my kids to basketball. You know, so I don't go to work no more. I work from home. You know, but you know, but it's almost like I think that if I had these tangible things, if you saw the watch or you saw the chain, that might be more impressive than my 3,500 square foot home. Yeah, I can't pick it up and wear it with me when I walk around.
Right. People are gonna believe what they see.
Yeah, my rental property that I have. That's you know. I mean, let's just say hypothetically speaking, I have about $5 million in real estate. Let's just say hypothetically speaking, that's a number, right? I'm not gonna say if that's a real number or not. Nobody knows that. Nobody knows.
They'll never know unless you tell them. Yeah, or they see the paperwork.
Do I have to walk around? By the way, do you know I got a house in Japan? I got a house. Right. I sound like a fucking douchebag explaining that to people. But a watch, a gold chain. Even a fake gold chain, people don't know if your gold chain is real or not.
Most people don't, yeah.
There's no fucking clue, right? A Tesla, a $70,000 Corvette would make somebody believe that I am making a lot of money.
Yeah.
When $70,000 is not a lot of money.
It's really not.
It's not a lot of money. Could buy that fucking car tomorrow if I wanted to, cash. But it's almost like, so if my goal is to educate people and to help people and to get people to dream bigger and to be obnoxious with their goals and to get serious about their finances and understand the power that crypto has and understand that, hey, you need to understand, you got to talk to a guy like Robert Cambrise so you can make sure that you're not overpaying for your share of this American dream. It is almost like I'm incentivized to maybe spend money on these tangible assets because I think that would lead more people to believing in themselves in a roundabout way. They believe in me and I get them to believe in themselves. Yeah,
I believe that 100%. I have these conversations with one of my good friends from New Orleans as well. He actually lives out there in California now. But, you know, we always talk about, we just use ourselves as an example. Like, I look at myself, I look, you know, more preppy, the glasses, you know what I'm saying? I wear the button-up shirts, and he's more urban, you know? And like you say, if you put us side by side standing together, you're going to automatically assume that I'm the one who's, you know, doing good, have the money, been to school. If you look at him, you're going to automatically think, oh, he's from the other side of town. But we always talk about these things. It's like, man, the image that you present into the world, that's what the people are going to believe, you know, whether it's real or not. They're going to believe it. You know what I'm saying? So if you have the watches, you have the clothes, the cars, then that's going to attract a certain amount of attention. And, you know, whatever message that you present after you get that attention, that's what's going to make the determining factor of, you know, how much you're adding into the world. And if you add in value or not. So I'm with you 100%, man.
It's wild to me that we're like this, but I think that's the reality. And it drives me because my goal really is to help as many people as I can. It's really my goal because I could fucking Scrooge McDuck my shit. I made my fucking money.
Yeah.
I'm good. I made mine. Good luck to y'all. But no, it's not what I'm doing. It's like, no, hey, listen, I made it. You can too. You can too. I made it quick.
Yeah.
Made it in under a year. I made it, like really, really, really made it. And it's like, so it's so when I talk to people now, it's like I've kind of gotten to the point that there's only a certain type of person that I feel like I can help. It's got to be somebody who's not beaten down by life. They got to believe in themselves. They can't hear these things like, oh man, they can't use the language of like, I can't. I can't do that. I would, but oh man, you shit. If you're gonna use any excuse, you'll use every excuse, right?
Yeah.
There's always something. I started with $500. I turned $500 into $880,000. in crypto.
Right. You're right. And you're not the only one, man. There's a lot of those stories going around, you know?
I'm not special.
Yeah.
I'm not special.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. My goal is
Mhm.
I'm not special. I didn't go to school for this. I just
Mhm.
paid attention, was able to decipher through the bullshit. You know what I mean? Just whether it be street smarts, a
Mhm.
little bit of game. I mean, I've got some, I've got something going on upstairs. I'm a computer programmer. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So I do understand numbers. I do love math.
Mhm.
But I think that the math was secondary. I think that it was finding a voice that was credible and having the patience to watch these people talk week to week and then go back and see what did that guy say and did it come true or was it? There's a lot of, this is one thing, another thing, Robert, I got to say. What really bothers me is there are people on the internet who are taking money to say, buy this token, buy this cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
This cryptocurrency is going to the moon.
Right.
You're gonna get rich tomorrow. Buy
Mhm.
this. And then people who they're like, I don't know, should I do it? And they're gonna put their money in this bullshit token,
Mhm.
and then they're gonna lose their money.
Mhm.
Not because the guy was wrong and he really thought it was gonna go to the moon. No, the guy didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
The guy was paid to say,
He was just selling it.
yeah, just hey, somebody came to that guy and said, I'll give you $10,000 if you've got a following on YouTube. If you shield my token, I'll give you this much money. So the guy never cared if you made your money. And to me, I think that's an awful use of a platform. And I feel bad for people who have gone and trusted these people because they've taken their hard-earned money and they just fucking became a bag holder. You became the exit liquidity. Use that word liquidity. You became the exit liquidity for somebody else's bag.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So when these people are buying Shiba Inu, listen, man, if you didn't get in on Shiba Inu a year ago, you probably are holding somebody else's bag right now. And you're just hoping and praying it goes back up.
Right.
I hope it goes back up. You know, so I'm trying to tell people we can get away from that. We can get to the bags. There's another way to get to the bags. And I'm a really positive person, but it's like a part of me just wants to have like a YouTube channel where I just call people out.
Yeah.
This guy right here is taking people money and getting y'all to waste your money. This guy right here is a shiller. Paid shillers are, and I think they're bad ultimately for the crypto ecosystem. Yeah, because if people are getting wrecked because they're following a guy, this guy named BitBoy. This guy named BitBoy, he's probably got fucking BitBoy. Let's take a look at fucking BitBoy. This guy's awful.
I actually just got introduced to him like within the last month or so. That's crazy you say that.
He's fucking terrible. He is fucking terrible. He's a meme. He's laughable. He is laughable. So in the space that I'm in a space with like grizzled veterans. And this is what else that I've learned is that aside from just picking the right project, you got to join their Telegram or the Discord and just kind of hang out there and read what these guys are saying, because you're going to start to see who's who and what's what. You're going to see somebody come in, they're going to be like, man, I got a new coin. And people are going to be like, get the fuck out of here, you cock-sucking motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. That's a bullshit project.
Yeah.
Well, it looked good to me. It looked just like a Dogecoin. That shit ain't going to make. Get the fuck. And the motherfucker leave, right? And then they'll be like, nah, I'm in on this. I'm in on drip. This is why I'm so comfortable at drip, is because people who got a lot more money than me, well, they're comfortable in drip. And when I see them talk about it, or when I see their bags, they show me their wallet and they got experience in the space. It's like, okay. These are some battle-tested motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And these battle-tested motherfuckers are saying, follow this guy right here. So then I kick on back and I wait to see. And over time, that motherfucker go up. I'm like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Over time, they've proven themselves. Over time, they've proven themselves. Now, in that chat that I'm in, investment groups, multiple millionaires in there. Multiple. And by multiple, more than 5. You know, there's probably 3,000 people in the group, and probably 5 to 12 of them are millionaires. Probably about three or more of them. Well, at least one of them is got 8 digits. You know what I mean? In value. So when these guys are talking, it's like, okay, these guys have had the wisdom or whatever it takes to get there. And BitBoy, oh, they hate him.
Yeah.
So let's just take a quick peek at BitBoy, what the fuck he's selling, dog. I need the people to know. Let's take a look at this motherfucker, BitBoy. BitBoy. He is a joke. Let's see. Let's see what the fuck he's been trying to tell us. I don't know. First of all, this motherfucker be getting 24,000, 64,000. Okay. Cardano is ready to explode. Do you see that?
I see it.
Cardano. Cardano is ready to explode. Oh, good thing I brought my charger. Hold on real quick. My MacBook is low on battery. Here we go. Cardano is ready. Okay. You saw that. Cardano.
It's Cardano.
Cardano. Remember that. Cardano. Cardano. Oh, man. Anything else he's saying? Oh, XRP. Anytime you see somebody talking about XRP, they are 100% being paid to shield that token. They are 100% being paid to shield
that back into that one. If you haven't made your money in that one, it's over.
It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily 100% a wrap. They're talking about Cardano again. Why are they talking about Cardano so much? Is Shiba a scam? You're talking about all the worst tokens in the world, by the way. Shiba, Look at it. He's talking about Cardano again. What do you know? XRP. He's talking about XRP. He's talking about XRP again. Do you think that maybe XRP is paying this fat piece of shit?
It's possible.
Money.
Definitely possible.
Money. Oh, he's talking about XRP again. All right. So there you go. There's BitBoy, XRP. Just look at this. This Shiba. It's the same XRP again. It's the same horse shit that he is pushing on unsuspecting people. And if you say 176,000 views, well, he must be good, right? No, he's not. He's terrible. He's absolutely terrible. Now, let's just take a look at the chart real quick. I'm going to show you the chart and let's just see. And I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to explain to me, why would anybody be talking about Cardano? Because let's take a look at Cardano. And I have some Cardano. Don't get me wrong. I do have some Cardano because when I first got into crypto, people told me, man, you got to get some Cardano.
Me as well.
Get some Cardano.
Me as well.
So I buy some fucking Cardano. Oh, yeah, man. All right. Buy some Cardano.
You live and you learn.
Why won't it let me get into this motherfucker? Let's go coins, market cap rank. All right. It's one of the largest coins in the world. And why? I don't know. But let's take a look at Cardano. I got into the game about a year ago. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
All right. If you got into Cardano a year ago, you got in at 95 cents. You seen it pump when there was a nice little bull cycle. Then you seen it drop 4 days later. You seen it jump up a little bit, 50% up, and you seen it drop. Then you seen some type of pump here, probably a manipulation. Because you look at it right here, it just jumps up for some unknown reason. And then what you see is a terrible retracement, an absolutely awful retracement. And you look at this chart, this, my friend, is a bad chart. This is a terrible chart. So a year ago, we were at 95 cents. Guess where we're at today? 96 fucking cents.
Back to square one. Huh?
We're up a penny. We are up a penny in a year. Why the fuck would anybody be talking about this token? There is nothing about this chart that says this is something good. It's coming. No, nobody believes in this chart. Nobody with money is holding this token. Nobody.
The pump.
Nobody.
The pump and dump.
The people that were going to make their money on Cardano made their money a long time ago. They made their money here,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they got the fuck out here. They got out. They got the fuck out right there.
Yeah.
And then they sold it to everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
and now these motherfuckers are sitting. Listen, man, is that an asset you want to buy? Look at that shit. Look at it.
Look like it. Not no.
It's fucking terrible. And what this fucking guy BitBoy is doing is he's telling people, "Oh man, Cardano's gonna pump." No, it's not. You're being paid to say that. You're shilling it, and it's terrible. It's a XRP's chart looks exactly the same. Anything in the top 10 right now, if you didn't get in there in that motherfucker at least a year ago before it took off, then you're too late.
Mm-hmm.
You're too late. So yeah, you got to watch out for these people. So I'm saying that to say this. I feel like I have a mission here is to really educate the people how to really make money, how to really find projects early so that you're that person that bought here.
Mm-hmm.
And as when I hear you're able to get out,
right,
let somebody else hold the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Don't buy the fucking top. And if you do buy the top, all right, you got to realize my mistake about the top. Wait for the next top and get up out.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things we need, man, is the education. Because like you said, when you got into it, you could probably imagine how many resources that you really felt like you can trust and depend on to give you that solid information. Like I'm still searching, still searching constantly for like you said, solid voices that over time is showing that what they're saying is the truth.
It's not that many. You're gonna be searching for a long time.
Yeah.
I found. Let's see. I found 3 that I go back to.
Mm-hmm.
3 that I go to. And one of those is he's got too much money now. He's making like $50,000 a day. I don't think he's really tripping anymore. It's like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
He won.
He good.
He can get up. Yeah, he good. I think he done. Like, all right, y'all. Hey, listen, I showed y'all to do it. It's on y'all right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to retire. Get out this shit. He's literally making $50,000 a day.
Wow.
I mean, what's your incentive to stay around and help people? Unless it's your passion to help people.
Right.
But no, I think he's getting out the game. There's a guy named Taiki Maeda, a dude from the Bay Area. This dude named Ray. Shout out to Ray with the Border Town Conglomerate. There's a couple other people that I would check them out. But outside of that, this space is full of bullshit shillers, right? Which tells me, hey, man, you got to do your thing. Look out for people, and you're going to be taken care of. Which is why I need somebody like you, a legitimate person who understands finances. And one thing, hey, we're all going to make money. If you're part of the ACU, I promise you, we all going to make it. We all going to make it. We all going to get it. We all going to get to it. But once we do that, we got to make sure we don't get in trouble and that we keep our bags for not only ourselves, but for our children and our children's children. And that is specifically why I really value having your voice being a part of this. Because I think that, you could get screwed over in taxes, right?
Oh, well, easily. It's easy. Very easy.
Right.
It's very easy. I mean, just taking yourself to as I said, the big block, the big box retailers, for example. Like I've worked there. That's how I started my career in taxes. I can tell you the training that they're getting is not going to help you when it comes to crypto. Not at all. You'll be lucky if you'll be able to enter that information into the software. I also partner with TurboTax, and TurboTax is a great system. But at the same time, since this is so new, it's really hard for them to get a good understanding and have the technology work well to where all of the transactions that you may have are properly imported. So it's man, like you said, you can definitely get screwed over very fast, very easily, unknowingly by the people that are doing it. They may not even know that they're screwing you over, but it's happening.
All right, so let me ask you this: if there's 3 things that we could tell people to maximize their tax refund or minimize their tax debt, let's not even limit it to crypto because money is money. So what are some best practices you would say that people should follow?
This is really a loaded question, so I'm gonna kind of separate it. So let's say, for instance, if you're let's just keep it simple, W-2 employee, right? You work for somebody, you get W-2 wages. One of the easiest and most important things you want to do is at the beginning of the year, you want to make sure that your W-4 is correct. Make sure that you're claiming the right amount of deductions for dependents, and that way, at the end of the tax year, you won't fall short of your tax liability and owe money. Most people are expecting a refund, and that's one of the ways you can expect a refund is if you set up your W-4 correctly, you take out enough taxes to not only cover your tax liability, but have some overage where you get a refund back as well. We'll take small business, for example, deductions, itemizing your deductions, making sure that you're keeping a good record of all of your transactions, all of the expenses that you're spending, whether you say earlier, cell phones, mileage, gas, business travel, lunches with clients, things of that nature. Those things can help decrease the amount of taxes you're going to pay by bringing down your taxable income. So most people don't understand, if you make $100,000 a year as a small business or as a business owner, all of your expenses are going to deduct from that income. So let's say if you make $100,000 a year, you have $60,000 in expenses. You're only going to be taxed on that $40,000 as opposed to the whole $100. So that's one of the biggest things that I like to impress upon people is to either run your own business or a side business. That way you can decrease your taxable income. Because W-2 wages, that's one of the areas you're going to get taxed the most because you don't have a whole lot of control. I mean, you can do some retirement things. You can, like I said, do some pre-tax planning. But it's really hard to navigate that W-2 income. But when you get into the business side, you have a lot more control, and you're taxed on the back end as opposed to the front end.
So then it sounds like almost like a no-brainer is to start a business. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit and you are into investing, it's almost like a no-brainer. Like you got to start your own business and understand.
Think about it, man. The tax laws and the tax code is set up for businesses. It's not set up for the everyday worker. It's set up for businesses. People were getting upset and getting mad a couple of years ago when they found out, Trump only paid $750 in taxes. But it's like, hey, not only did he have the resources, but he was connected with the people that had the knowledge in order to put him in a position to be able to pay just $750 in taxes. And it's not
Don't
limited.
Hate the player.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not exclusive to him or anybody that's ultra wealthy. The tax code is for everybody. You just have to take advantage of it. Yeah, that's why you need to get with Cam Bryce Tax Consultant, and we can show you some of those tricks of the trade.
Yeah. Like I'm learning as I go here. Like I'm getting better questions, or even like understand. Like, hey, you know what? I do have a business established for a multimedia company, but I do need opportunity to set something up on this crypto side because again, significant gains are gonna. I don't want a large chunk of my significant gains to be eaten up. So if all right, we can talk off camera here, but I kind of have some ideas in terms of purchases. So let me ask you this. The Smack God, I want to do my podcast here. If I buy a MacBook, I could write that off.
Exactly.
For my podcast,
for your business, for business purpose, and like we were talking about before with the depreciation of the car, you can actually depreciate that the cost of the computer over 5 years as well. So, like I said, if you know you're going to be making a significant amount of money each year, and your income is going to be growing, you might want to extend out some of those the depreciation as opposed to taking it all in 1 year.
All in one. Okay. All right. Now let's say this. I'm becoming this. I'm this popping YouTube personality. I start attacking BitBoy, and all the big boys people come over to me. Everybody's checking out crypto and coffee and crypto and cocktails, you know. And I get but now in order to do this, I feel like, yo, to get them, I gotta buy a chain. Like with my gold chain, if I'm an on-air personality, would I be able to write off jewelry that I'm using in terms of like, this is my image. My image is based upon me looking a certain way. Would that be something that could be written off?
So I would say depends. That would be my answer for now. Like you said, it would have to be a part of the image, the business, some kind of, you know, advertisement or something like that. You have to work it in a way to where the chain is, you know, encrypted or engraved with coffee and crypto or something similar to that. I won't give you a yes. I'll say it depends, and just depend on the planning behind it and how you're actually going to use it, as opposed to you know, it's not something that's a personal item that you're using. I'm actually using this as, you know, for entertainment purposes, like the media company.
For entertainment purposes. Okay, so you could be creative and potentially.
Now the listeners, don't go up there and start a business and say this is, you know, I'm Mr. Lawnmower Man and I got a lawnmower chain, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't want, right. Look, the IRS not gonna take that.
No, I do have legitimate questions. Like, okay, because remember we talked earlier, like, how do I get more people to believe in what I'm doing when I drive this vehicle? This vehicle shows that I'm successful.
Exactly.
This jewelry, it shows that I'm successful. Follow my business, which is predicated upon educating people on being more financially successful. So I'm just thinking like, it's not like I'm not gonna do this if it's not tax deductible, but I'm just wondering, right. As I start to pursue
there are creative ways you can use different type of items to use as a deductions for your business. Like I said, it's just basically how you use it and what you're using it for. And it basically, the IRS says anything that's ordinary and necessary for your business, you can pretty much write off as a deduction. So if having the chain is ordinary and necessary for your business, then hey, you have just, you know, if you get audited, you have to prove to the IRS why it's ordinary and necessary for your business.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with the audit, right? Like
exactly. You want to try to avoid them as much as you can by staying compliant. But like I said,
now here's a question. Are they auditing a lot of crypto guys, or is that something you're hearing about?
Great question. Yes. I won't say they're auditing a lot of them, but they are ramping up. So over the last year and a half, you know, with the new administration in office, a lot of funds that they've been putting aside with like the Build Back Better plans and things of that nature, a lot of those funds are going to be going to the IRS and all of the different entities that they're creating in order to start closing that tax gap within the crypto world. So to answer your question, yes, they're going to start digging in a little bit deeper. They're going to probably start putting some pressure on some more of these platforms, exchanges, to release that information. So yeah, changes are definitely coming. It's going to be a slow pace. And actually, next week, well, Sunday, so this week, President Biden is supposed to be signing an executive order to create this task force to go and dig a little bit deeper, do some more research on the cryptocurrency space, and to see how they can, you know, start to crack down on the tax side.
Yeah, that's what we need. We need more cracking down on people making money in crypto. You know, I'm not going to get into no politics. I don't do that. Well, oh boy. Just leave crypto out of it.
Right.
That's all I got to say. Leave crypto out of it. All right. So before we get up out of here, man, I just want to take a quick look. I'm going to take a look at my portfolio and show the people. You over here talking all this shit, man. You ain't making no money, man. I don't believe you, man. You ain't making no money, man. Shoot, if you had this, I got to be honest. The number one question I hate from people is why you don't take your money out. I mean, crypto. Why you don't take it out?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take it out. I'm making good money. But matter of fact, let me go here. Let me just kind of show. Just so people, because I feel like people got to see it to believe it. Right? So talking about wallets, here's my wallet, crypto drip is my number one asset. It's actually down today, which is fine. I don't really trip off the price because again, I'm not doing nothing with it. But right now, you see my max payout in drip is 5,875.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were to take, can I do a regular calculator? I don't think I need a compound calculator. Is there just a simple calculator?
Google probably have one, just a regular calculator.
Imagine. There we go. Calculator. All right. I'm gonna say 5,000 what? 875.
I don't see. I'm still on that. Okay, there you go.
Let me go back to this motherfucker. What was it? Let's take a look. What I got? 5,875. As a matter of fact, here is my favorite part of my day. So just so everybody see right here, my daily yields from drip. I have $177,000 deposited in drip, and it pays me 1% every day. So I can take $1,771 every single day. And this is at the lower amount of 110 per drip. It's going to get back up to about 150, 160 in the next week or two. So not tripping. So right now, if I wanted to, I could take out $1,636 and play with that. But my bills is paid. So I'm not doing that. I'm going to redeposit that. And what you're going to see is this available amount is going to go to my deposited amount of 1,610. And that is going to boost up my maximum payout amount. So let's just watch this in real time. We'll see that move. Boom, boom, boom. Now you see my max payout move up. It was 5,800 something. Now it's 5,927. All right. Now let's move up to that calculator. Say 5,915. And it's times 110. $650,000 is the amount of drip I could claim from that one wallet. Can you see my calculator? You couldn't see that?
I can't see the calculator. I see the
but okay,
the faucet page. But yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. So that's that, right? That's just one of my. I got 3 drip wallets. So I have another one here, and on my other drip wallet, you'll see it right here. Max payout is 210, 281, and calculate that real quick. 81 times 1. And again, 110 is a low number. That's another $31,000 right there, just off of that second. And I got a third wallet. So my point is that even at a lower amount, where drip is low, I'm still sitting on mid 6 figures off of a $500 initial investment.
Right.
So yeah, I'm eating. I'm eating. I'm doing all right. And now let me just kind of show the portfolio here. You can see the portfolio?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So you'll see this is when Bitcoin was priced at 44,000. It's down. I was at 861,000. We'll play with that number. I have 3 wallets. So let's just move that number up to about 6,250. So I'm down. I'm down, but I'm down to 732,000. Right. So let's say that drip goes back up to 130. That number will increase. That number will increase. So, I'm close to, I hit 7 figures. I'm down to 857, but I'm still flirting with 7 figures. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
This is where I'm at. This is where I'm living. This is how I'm living. And this is where I want everybody to live in the space where you're making passive income. I'm going to show this real quick, the animal farm. In the animal farm, I have this drip garden right here. This isn't the right one. Let me show you the bigger wallet. So in the animal farm, I have 694 plants growing, and these are consistently earning 3% per day. And I've got about, I want to say about $5,000 in there. So that's just earning another $150 a day. Not get rich money,
Right,
but
right,
it's
right.
money.
It's consistent.
But it's compounding money. My favorite kind of money.
Oh yeah.
And finally, the last thing I'm going to share is, let me stop sharing that and share. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Let me see if I can get into Excel. I actually took some time to build this Excel spreadsheet. Well, darn. I don't think I can share it right now. I have to figure that piece out. But what I've looked at here is that off of an initial investment of, let's just say, $1,000 in the drip garden, if you were to compound every day for 90 days, you would make $275 a day.
Wow, off $1,000.
Off $1,000.
Oh, wow. You're not going to find that anywhere else.
It's powerful, man. It's really powerful. What I've done is I've got vacations lined up. So I've taken the money that I would normally pay for my tickets and for my hotels, and I've put them in a drip garden, and they're earning that interest every single day. And I'm compounding it so that when that time comes, my per diem. So, okay, let's just really quick, do some quick math. I put $2,000 in actually, and in 90 days, that $2,000 will pay me $550 a day.
Oh, wow.
$550 a day. It's just compounding interest. You can do the math. That's at 2.6%, 2.66% off of a $2,000 investment. If you were to take that initial investment and compound it every single day for 90 days, you'd be at $500 a day.
Wow.
500 plus a day. So that's how I'm going to fund my vacations. Anything I want to buy, I'm not paying it out for the store. I'm planning it out ahead of time. So I've got my purchases lined up through the year. The things that I want to buy, I'm investing it now. I'm getting more than 1% compounding, because the 1% a day is great.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That's great.
That's awesome.
But let's not sleep on the 2.6, because that additional 1.6. It's just it really has changed the way I go about anything that I'm gonna purchase in life. I'm gonna do some specific tutorials on this. So if you have questions, feel free to hit me up. I'll tell you how I'm doing it. And to anybody out there, just set some money to the side. Have something that, have a goal, a tangible goal that you want, and let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. That's awesome, man. That was awesome.
So I appreciate, taking this time. We'll do this again.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure I'm going to have more questions for you. I want you to keep me out of jail and keep me with as much money that I can have in my pocket, man. Anything you want to get out before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man. If y'all want to follow me on the social medias, I'm Mr. Cam Bryce, Mr. Bryce on IG, Mr. Cam Bryce on Twitter. And I have an ebook coming out that'll basically break down the tax, how taxation of crypto. So that'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But other than that, man, you have any questions or anything, man, hit me up on IG or Facebook.
Is that it right there? Is that it?
Mr. Cam Bryce on IG.
See,
Mr. Cam Bryce on IG, and on Twitter, that was it. It's just Mr. Cam Bryce.
Okay, so if it's on Instagram, it's gonna look. How do I change that shit? Let me edit that. So if it's on Instagram, we're gonna add the dot.
Yeah.
So let's see, like that.
There you go, Mr. Cam Bryce.
The R is missing. The R is missing.
Now the R is in front of the B, so just switch those two around.
There you go. We're going to get better at this. I need to hire an assistant.
Hey,
I need to hire an assistant. There we go.
There you go. That's it right there. Mr. Cam Bryce.
Mr. Cam Bryce. You got some good stuff. I really like your content you're putting out there. It's informational. You brought up the EYL guys. Hey, man, they're not the only guys that got some brains when it comes to this. So, continue to do what you're doing, because I saw that when man, I want to keep going. But you mentioned something about reading books, and that, you know, if you read one book a month, you'd be in the top 1% of readers, was it? Did you freeze?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So just good information, just educational information. And again, the more information that we have as a people, the better we can do.
Yeah. If you read one book a month, you'd be like in the top 10% of all people.
Of all readers in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think they said if you read whatever, if you did that for an
one
entire year,
per week. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said you know, you can start to gauge earning potential based on the number of books that someone reads. Was that right? Yeah.
Yeah. You're
So,
basically be an expert in whatever it is that you're consuming.
That's dope. That's really dope. I'm a nerd. I think education is dope. I think earning money is dope. I think that when you're able to do that kind of stuff, I think taking care of your kids is dope. And not taking care of your kids like, you know, you're buying diapers, but making sure your kids are growing up with a good head on their shoulders and a good understanding of the world, and setting them up to do even better than you're doing. I mean, you sound like your father's a great man. He introduced you to finances at an early age. Sounds like you're doing the same thing with your son. And I think that's outstanding. I love that. And I just hope that we can foster that so that our generation can make the generation that come after us. Cheat codes, we got it. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all on us.
Yeah, we got it, man. We got it. Everybody around me rich is my motto for 2022. Hey, man, really good talking to you. Looking forward to the next one, man.
Yeah.
Hey, ACU, we got it. We got it, man. It's troubling times out there in this crypto universe, but we gonna be all right, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey, smack out.